Hello friends, welcome to Relief Tutorials. In the previous sessions, we have discussed about the different theories to identify acid and base. Now let us see how the acids and base are formed. We know that there are two types of elements. Metals and non-metals. Metals, when metal reacts with oxygen, it forms metallic oxide. When metal reacts with oxygen, it forms metallic oxide. We will take such examples. Metallic oxides normally represented by MO. M for metal, O for oxygen. Metal reacts with oxygen to form metallic oxide, normally symbolized by MO. Now when this metallic oxide dissolved in water, it forms metallic hydroxide. Metallic hydroxide symbolized by MOH. OH in bracket because it's a combined group of ion, hydroxide ion. Now this metallic hydroxide is called as base. This metallic hydroxide is called as base. So these way the bases are formed. Bases are formed from metals basically. Metal reacts with oxygen to form metallic oxide. Metallic oxides are not called as base, but they have basic nature. They are having basic nature. When these metallic oxides dissolved in water, they form metallic hydroxide, which is called as base. So the chemical name of any base is metallic hydroxide. See, this theory, this method of preparation of base or acid we are going to discuss is useful for most of the base. Most of the base you will see is in this format MOH. M for metal. Any one of the metal you can suppose here. Sodium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. So most of the bases are having this type of structure. There are some exceptions also, but we are not going to discuss right now those. So M stands for metal, any one of the metal. These metallic oxides, so wherever you see metallic oxides, they are basic in nature. They are not base, but basic in nature. Okay. Now what about the preparation of acids? Acids are normally formed from non-metals. When non-metal reacts with oxygen, it forms non-metallic oxide. Non-metallic oxide, NMO. NM stands for non-metal. So non-metal reacts with oxygen to form non-metallic oxide. These non-metallic oxides, when dissolved in water, they form acids. So acids are formed from non-metals and bases are normally formed from metals. Let me tell you again, this theory is used for most of the base or acid, not all. more than 90% of base are having this format metallic hydroxide, and more than 90% of acids are having this way of formation. Some are exceptions also, but that again we are not going to discuss here. Some non-metallic oxides, see, mostly metallic oxides are basic in nature. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. They are not acid, but they are acidic in nature. They can react like acid. These metallic oxides, they can react like base, but they are not purely base. Base are these. Not all the non-metallic oxides are acidic. Some non-metallic oxides are not acidic. That we will see in the examples. So, this is the basic informations that how we can form base and acid. Base are normally formed from metals and acids are normally obtained from non-metals. This is the chemical composition of every base, metal and hydroxide ion. It's very easy. Metal is having positive, metal forms positive ion and OH is negative ion. Let's take some examples. Let us first form some base. Let us say sodium is the metal. So first we have to react metal with oxygen. First of all we have to obtain metallic oxide and then we have to dissolve that metallic oxide in water. So sodium reacts with oxygen first. So Na plus O2 gives to sodium oxide Na2O, because here the reaction is between Na plus and O2 minus. So charge of Na is 1, O is 2, so 2 will be given to Na, 1 will be given to O, so Na2O sodium oxide. This we have done in the first chapter, chemical reactions. Okay, so this is the rough work for you. Sodium reacts with oxygen to form sodium oxide. Is it balanced? I think no. So first of all make it balanced. Oxygens are here 2. Here oxygen is 1. So we can add 2 to make it balanced. Now sodium becomes 2 2s are 4. So here 4. So this is sodium oxide, which is metallic oxide. This is basic in nature. Now this sodium oxide Na2O, when dissolved in water, it forms metallic hydroxide. The format is common for all. Remember, no need to worry about that. The format is always common, that whenever any metallic oxide reacts with water, it always forms metallic hydroxide. Means that metal, which is the metal here, sodium, that metal reacts with hydroxide. So metal is Na plus and hydroxide is fixed as OH minus. So Na plus and OH minus, they form NaOH, sodium hydroxide. Okay, this is aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide, and which is the very important base, sodium hydroxide. Is it balanced? Na2, Na1, O2, O1, H2, H1. So I think 2 here will make the equation balanced. So this is the way we have formed sodium hydroxide base. The common name for sodium hydroxide is caustic soda. Common name for sodium hydroxide is caustic soda. Same way you can think about, let us say, calcium. So calcium is one of the metal. When reacts with oxygen, it forms CaO. Here Ca2 plus O2 minus. So 2 plus 2 minus forms CaO. And now make it balanced. So I think 2 here and 2 here make the equation balanced. So this CaO is basic in nature. Calcium oxide is the name of this. And already we have seen this is, its common name is quicklime. If you remember, this we have done in chapter number 1. Okay, so this CaO, calcium oxide, is basic in nature. Now when this CaO is dissolved in water, then it forms Metallic hydroxide means calcium hydroxide. Calcium is 2 plus and hydroxide is always 1 minus. Okay, so it's 2 here. Charge of calcium is 2. Charge of OH is combinedly 1. So 1 will be given to Ca and 2 will be given to this OH. So it forms CaOH twice. Calcium hydroxide is a base. If you remember, the common name for these is slacked lime. Also we have done in the previous chapter. So another base we have found, calcium hydroxide. This is sodium hydroxide. Same way you can think about potassium hydroxide, lithium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, and so on. Let's form some acids. Let us say acids are formed from non-metals. When non-metal first react with oxygen, it forms non-metallic oxide. Then non-metallic oxide should be dissolved in water to form acid. Let us take some simple examples. Non-metal called carbon. So carbon, when reacts with oxygen, it forms CO2, carbon dioxide, non-metallic oxide, acidic in nature. Now this CO2, when dissolved in water, it forms H2CO3, H2C and O2 plus 1, 3, H2CO3. This is carbonic acid. Simple. Non-metal reacts with oxygen to form non-metallic oxide. Non-metallic oxide reacts with water or dissolved in water to form acid. Same way you can do for sulfur. See, slightly tricky one. Look at this. Sulfur reacts with oxygen to form SO2, sulfur dioxide. This was carbon dioxide. This is sulfur dioxide. This is also acidic in nature. Okay, so non-metallic oxides are normally acidic. But remember again, let me tell you, not all the non-metallic oxides are acidic. We will take some examples of such type of non-metallic oxides which are not acidic. But right now, these two are acidic. Now this SO2, when dissolved in water, H2O, look at this, it is H2, S1 and O3. So it forms H2SO3. Most of the students write H2SO4. But no, the sulfur dioxide forms H2SO3, sulfurous acid. In the last lecture, we have made a list of some acid and base, and in that we have discussed this. H2SO3, the sulfurous acid, it is acid. Now you might have a question that how the sulfuric acid forms. See, when sulfur reacts with oxygen, it forms sulfur dioxide, and if the reaction goes further, when sulfur dioxide reacts with more oxygen, when sulfur dioxide reacts with excess amount of oxygen, it forms sulfur trioxide. You can write half here to make the equation balance, otherwise 2 here and 2 here. So sulfur trioxide, this was sulfur dioxide, 2 was here, so dioxide, 3 is here, so it is trioxide. This is also acidic in nature. And when this sulfur trioxide dissolves in water, it forms, look at this now, H2S1 and O4 totally. So it forms H2SO4, sulfuric acid. For your extra or general information, H2SO4 is called as king of chemicals. King of chemicals. So this is the way we can form. Many such examples we can take here, but no need to take. Just I want to explain you that acids and base are normally formed from elements. From metals we can obtain base, and from non-metals we can obtain acid. For every base, let's add something here. What we will see, for every base the composition is MOH. For every base, most of the base, there are some exceptions, but that again we are not going to discuss here. Most of the base are of this composition, MOH, where M is a metal having positive charge and OH is always 1 minus. It is fixed. And all the acids, look at here, look at these acids we have formed. Look at this H2CO3 having H. Look at this H2SO3 having H. Look at this H2SO4 having H. So H plus ion is fixed here. This is H plus ion, and CO3 2 minus, SO3 2 minus, SO4 2 minus again. If you write HCl, H is 1 plus and Cl is minus. If you write HNO3, H is 1 plus and NO3 is minus. So look at this NO3 minus, Cl minus, SO4 2 minus, SO3. These are the negative ions along with H plus ion. So every acid having the composition that it is made up of H and one of the anion. Anion means negative ion. So every acid having the composition Ha, A for anion. H means hydrogen, A for anion. Here M for metal, and OH for hydroxide. Here H for hydrogen and A for anion means negative ion. Here we have seen it is made up of what? Look at these, H plus and CO3 2 minus. 2 minus means anion, SO3 2 minus anion, SO4 2 minus anion, Cl anion, NO3 anion, and H plus is common in all. Is that clear? So this is how the acids are obtained. Now let us take something from your textbook, that indicators. How, if you have been given some solutions, let us say 3 solutions are given, A, B and C, then how can you identify which one is acid and base or salt? So for that we have some tests. The very famous is what? The litmus test. But along with that litmus test, we have some other indicators also. There are 2 types of indicators which can indicate you that whether the solution is acidic, basic or neutral. So there are 2 types of indicators. First one is natural indicator, obtained from nature. The first indicator is litmus as usual. In acidic medium, and in basic means alkaline medium. Alkaline means basic means alkaline. So in basic medium, what will be the color of the litmus and what will be the color of litmus in acidic? Let us make a table for them. So if you have a litmus, the color in acidic medium turns to red. Litmus in acidic medium turns to red, and in basic it turns to blue. This is very common. Now others are, do you know litmus is, I think you should know some history about litmus also. You should know some informations. Litmus is actually obtained from lichen plants. Okay, division Thallophyta. You will study in I think you have studied or no, I don't know. But litmus is actually a plant which is having original color as purple. So if you add such litmus strip in acidic medium, purple turns to red or it becomes blue in basic. Okay, so this is litmus. Another one is red cabbage. Red cabbage remains red in acidic medium and it turns to green in basic medium. turmeric juice, haldi juice, hardar we say, normally having yellow color. So it remains yellow in acidic medium and it turns to reddish brown in basic medium. Flowers of hydrangea plant. Flowers of hydrangea plant becomes blue in acidic medium and it turns to pink in basic medium. Not all you have to remember. You remember these three first of all: litmus, red cabbage, and turmeric juice. These are the natural indicators. Means obtained from nature. Some synthetic indicators are also there. Synthetic indicators are of means chemicals obtained in the laboratory. Okay, the first one is phenolphthalein, very famous name. Phenolphthalein indicator in acidic medium remains colorless in basic medium it turns to pink. In neutral solution it also becomes again colorless. Another synthetic indicator is methyl orange. Color of this methyl orange is obviously orange. In acidic medium it turns to red, in basic medium it turns to yellow, and in neutral it remains orange itself. No change in the color. So this you have to remember. You make a table for these both natural and synthetic indicators. Some other olfactory indicators are also there. Olfactory indicators means what? When you add those substance into acidic or basic medium, there will be some change in the smell, odor. Okay, there will be some change in the smell, and with the help of the smell you have to identify whether the solution is acidic or basic or neutral. But we don't need those information here right now. So this is what we have seen today, how the acids and bases are formed. Acids are normally formed from non-metals, bases are formed from metals, and these are some indicators. Now the real part of the chapter begins, which is there in your textbook, and we are going to that. See students, we are doing more than your textbook. I am trying to give you as much as possible informations which is required to build up your base in chemistry. Now the topic is about chemical reactions of acids and base. In your textbook both are given simultaneously, but we are going to study them separately. First, let us study chemical reactions of acids. As I told you in the previous lecture that we are in the chapter of acid, base and salt. So you should have some names of acids and base. Acids are HCl, HNO3, H2CO3, H2SO4, H2SO3. Okay, and base are NaOH, KOH, LiOH, COOH twice. These are some acids. Okay. First chemical reaction of acid. The first is when acid reacts with metal, what happens? First type of reaction is when any acid reacts with metal. When acid react with metal, it liberates hydrogen gas. In the very first lecture, we have seen these, that Robert Boyle has given the definition of acids and base, and according to Robert Boyle, a substance which liberates hydrogen gas when react with metal is called as acid. Look at this. Let me show you the first paper. Acid when reacts with metal liberates hydrogen gas. So the same thing appears here also, that when acid reacts with metal, it liberates hydrogen gas and remaining salt is obtained. So this is the structure of the reaction, that any acid when reacts with metal forms salt and hydrogen gas. Now let us write the examples regarding that. First example, let us say acid as HCl, our favorite acid. Hydrochloric acid reacts with one of the metal called sodium. So we know that this HCl having the ions what? H plus and Cl minus. Sodium is Na plus. See, these ions I am writing for your information. We know that hydrogen is going to get liberated, so this hydrogen will be liberated. Then the reaction between Na plus and Cl minus will be occur. Na plus Cl minus forms NaCl and hydrogen gas liberates. The equation is not balanced. Here hydrogen is 2, here you can write 2. So if you write 2 here, you have to write 2 here also and 2 here also. So this is the balanced chemical reaction in which acid when reacts with metal, it forms salt and hydrogen. There is another example. Let us say another acid as HNO3, nitric acid. Nitric acid reacts with one of the metal called potassium. Here H plus, NO3 minus and K plus. Now K plus reacts with NO3 minus because hydrogen is liberating. So K plus and NO3 minus gives KNO3, potassium nitrate. And hydrogen gas liberates. Again you write 2 here, 2 here and 2 here to make them balanced. Let us say one more example. Let us say it is H2SO4, the sulfuric acid, reacts with one of the metal, let us say magnesium. Hydrogen gas is going to get liberated. So H is plus ion, SO4 is 2 minus ion, Mg is 2 plus ion. I have given you the list of ions. We have to remember the ions. So Mg2 plus reacts with SO4 2 minus. It's 2 plus 2 minus. Both are balanced charges. So it forms single atom MgSO4, magnesium sulfate, and hydrogen gas liberated. Equation is balanced. So these are some simple examples of reactions of acid with any type of metals. One most important example is H2SO4 plus zinc. H plus SO4 2 minus and zinc is 2 plus. Zinc reacts with SO4, so it forms ZnSO4 and plus hydrogen gas liberated. Zinc sulfate, the name of this compound. Magnesium sulfate was here. Potassium nitrate, sodium chloride, all these are salts, means neutral solutions, and hydrogen gas liberated. Second type of chemical reaction is when acid reacts with metallic oxide. When acid reacts with metallic oxide. Recently we have seen that metallic oxides are basic in nature. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. So this is acid. and this is basic in nature. Salty, it's almost what? It's almost acidic substance reacts with basic substance. So it's one type of neutralization type of reaction, that when acid reacts with metallic oxide, it forms salt and water. What is the difference in these two? Acid reacts with metal and here is metallic oxide. So this oxygen reacts with the hydrogen of the acid and forms water. Here the hydrogen is liberated from the acid. From these acids also hydrogen is removed, but that hydrogen now reacts with oxygen from here and it forms water. Simple examples we can take here. Let us say first one is acid as HCl acid. HCl reacts with one of the metallic oxide. Let us say it is sodium oxide and A2O. Now what are the ions here? H plus, Cl minus, Na plus and O is 2 minus. Now ions will be exchanged to form a new compounds. So this positive reacts with this negative. So Na plus, Cl minus forms NaCl. Now H reacts with O to form water, fixed product. This will be everywhere. Now just you have to make the equation balanced. Okay, H is 2 here, 1 here and here is 2. So if you write 2, H will be balanced. At the same time Cl becomes 2. Na is also 2. So you write 2 to make them balanced. So this is salt, sodium chloride and water. One more example, let us say H2SO4. H2SO4 reacts with one of the metallic oxide, let us say CaO, calcium oxide, metallic oxide. H is plus, SO4 2 minus, Ca 2 plus, O 2 minus. I am writing the charges of ions, and now the reaction of this positive with this negative. So 2 plus 2 minus, Ca2 plus SO4 2 minus forms CaSO4, calcium sulfate, and H2O is a fixed product. Okay, so calcium sulfate, the salt, and H2O, water. Let us take one more example. Last example, let us say HCl, the acid, reacts with CaO. Then what? H is plus, Cl minus, Ca2 plus and O is 2 minus. So Ca reacts with Cl minus, Ca is 2 plus, Cl is 1 minus, so 2 will be given to Cl. So it will be CaCl2, calcium chloride, and water liberates. Okay, so calcium chloride, water, 2 here, and the equation is balanced. So this is the second type of equation, that when acid reacts with metallic oxide, they form salt and water. Third type of reaction. When acid reacts with metallic hydroxide, means base. First, acid with metal. Second, acid with metallic oxide. Third, acid with metallic hydroxide, the base. And this is the purely neutralization reaction. Because acid reacts with base, it always forms salt and water. It's a very old example. Let us take some examples for that also. Acids, let us say HCl, and base, let us say NaOH. Now H is plus, Cl minus, Na plus, OH minus. Now Na plus reacts with Cl minus to form NaCl, salt, and H plus reacts with OH minus to form water. Complete balanced equation. Okay, so let us take one more example. Let us say HNO3 nitric acid reacts with KOH potassium hydroxide. So H plus NO3 is 1 minus, K is plus and OH is 1 minus. So K plus reacts with NO3 1 minus. So it forms KNO3 potassium nitrate and water liberates. How many examples you can write here? Many examples, number of examples. Let me take you some more different examples. Let us say one of the acid as CH3COOH. Acetic acid it is. Acetic acid reacts with, let us say, base as NaOH. So in these the ionization is like this: CH3COO is minus and H is plus, Na 1 plus and OH 1 minus. Exchange of ions, Na plus reacts with this whole negative ion, so it forms CH3COO and A and water liberates. This was acetic acid and this is the salt, sodium acetate. If you look at the list of that ions I have given you, CH3COO1 minus is acetate ion. So here it is acetate and sodium. So sodium acetate is the name for this compound, which is salt. Okay, one more example I want to give you. Let us say one of the acid has HCl again, and one of the base, offbeat base, it is ammonium hydroxide. Aqueous solution of ammonia in water. So HCl reacts with NH4OH. Now H is plus, Cl is minus, NH4 is 1 plus and OH is 1 minus. So it forms, now NH4 plus reacts with Cl minus to form NH4Cl, ammonium chloride, and H2O. This is the salt called ammonium chloride. And ammonium chloride, if you remember, it's a sublime. It's a sublime. Sublime means sublimating substance. When it is heated, it converts directly from solid to gas. Is that clear? So, 3 different types of reactions here. One more type I want to discuss. 4th type of chemical reaction of acid. When acid reacts with metallic carbonate or metallic bicarbonate, it forms fixed products as salt, carbon dioxide and water. It's quite important to remember. When acid reacts with metallic carbonate or metallic bicarbonate, first of all, what is this carbonates and bicarbonates? See, carbonate ion is CO3 2 minus, carbonate ion. Now when any one of the metal reacts with this carbonate, let us say when Na plus reacts with this, so it forms Na2CO3 sodium carbonate, because it is 1 plus and 2 minus. So 2 will be given to Na, 1 will be given to CO3, so Na2CO3 sodium carbonate. If I say magnesium 2 plus reacts with this, so 2 plus 2 minus, so it forms MgCO3, magnesium carbonate. If you think about one of the metal called aluminium, which is 3 plus, So look at this, aluminium 3 plus, CO3 is 2 minus, 3 will be given to CO3 and 2 will be given to Al. So the carbonate formed is Al2CO3 thrice. Look at this, the new aluminium carbonate, magnesium carbonate, sodium carbonate. These are the metallic carbonates. Okay, and what is bicarbonate? Bicarbonate ion is HCO3 1 minus. If you see the list of ions, there will be HCO3 bicarbonate. The name of this ion is bicarbonate ion, or also called as hydrogen carbonate ion. So now when this HCO3 1 minus ion reacts with any one of the metal, let us say if it reacts with Na plus, so it's 1 plus 1 minus, it forms NaHCO3 sodium bicarbonate. If it reacts with K plus, it forms KHCO3 potassium bicarbonate. If it reacts with Mg2 plus with HCO3 minus, so 2 plus, so 2 will be given to this, so it forms MgHCO3 twice, magnesium bicarbonate. So such bicarbonates or carbonates, when reacts with acid, they always form salt, carbon dioxide and water. Let's take some examples. Let us say the acid as HCl. Our favorite acid again. When HCl reacts with metallic carbonate, let us take some examples of carbonate first. Let us say Na2CO3, sodium carbonate. So Na2CO3. So it forms what? It forms salt obtained from this positive and this negative, and CO2 and H2O are fixed products. Okay, so Na plus reacts with Cl minus, so it forms NaCl. Is that clear? So Na plus Cl minus forms NaCl, CO2 and H2O. Just you have to make the equation balanced. Here Na is 2, so you can write 2 here. Okay, and Cl is 2, so you can write 2 here. One more example, one of the acid, let us say the acid is H2SO4, reacts with one of the carbonate as K2CO3, potassium carbonate. Now here K is plus and SO4 is 2 minus, these two are going to obtain salt and remaining will be used as this product. So K plus and SO4 2 minus, so 2 will be given to K, so it is K2SO4 plus CO2 plus H2O. Potassium sulfate, the name of this compound is potassium sulfate. Okay, and I think this equation is balanced. If I say one of the bicarbonate, let us say HCl reacts with one of the bicarbonate, let us say the bicarbonate is NaHCO3. You might be aware of that NaHCO3 is also called as baking soda. Baking soda. Sodium bicarbonate is baking soda. So HCl plus NaHCO3. So Na is plus and Cl is minus, forms salt NaCl plus CO2 plus H2O. I think the equation is balanced. No need to take more examples on this, it's enough. So 4 different types of chemical properties of acid we have seen. In the next lecture we will see the chemical properties of base. Please prepare the notes regarding all this information, it will be very helpful to you. Be practicing. Best of luck.